Welcome to the 2022 Golf Summer Series race number 7. Today we're here at the Talladega Superspeedway for our second crown jewel of the season, the GEICO 500. On this beautiful sunny day, 38 drivers and teams come to one of the biggest, baddest, and most beloved tracks in the entire Summer Series schedule. But before we get started, let's take a look at our starting lineup and pre-race ceremonies. So on the pole is the one of RC Gamer, and next to the 97 Nathan Stapleton, who of course lost Armory Digital last month by 2 1,000ths of a second. Row 2 got 2 Pontiacs, Keisha Richardson and Owen Miles. Row 3, Random J and Jason Albert. Row 4, he won it from the last race at Chicagoland, Matthew Hill and Alex Cass Stevens. Row 5, Gaming Creek and 2-time Super Speedway winner Braden Carruthers. Row 6, the defending series champion and Talladega winner Hoodlum and David Johnson. Row 7, Joe T and Roval winner Calvin Baker. Row 8, Dan McMurrow and Roberto Crown. Row 9, Ada Robertson and Jordan Forbes. Row 10, Riot Roberts and Trey Smith. Row 11, the 19 of Caleb Rose and the 33 of Xavier. Row 12, there's Powwow and Johnny Hernandez. Row 13, Richard Herman and Matthew Burnett. Row 14, Brendan Beal and Ryan Wilson. Row 15, current point sweeter Brad and Reim and the 20 of Nick Sant. Row 16, Kyle Salmon and Nathan Baird. Row 17, Lipsy and Open Night winner Jordan Stout. Row 18, Ross McRolla and the 23 of Andrew Williams. And finally, row 19, Dan Matteillo and the 17 and the 76 and Noah Clifton. And now it is time for the pre-race ceremony, starting with our national anthem. And now it is time for the most famous words in motorsports here at Talladega.
Drivers, start your engines.
Let's take a look at the track info here for today's race. So going to go 42 laps on this 2.6 mile long super speedway with 33 degrees of banking in the corners. And as for what I hear today, 86 degrees Fahrenheit with 5 miles per hour towards the northwest. As you can see, the past 2 Talladega winners, Aiden Thomas in 2020 and of course Hoodlum last year in 2021, with Thomas driving a Ford, while of course Hoodlum was in a Chevy. And with that being said, the pace car is already down pit road. And of course, similar to Armory Digital last month, the start-finish line is 1,000 feet further than usual, which as you've seen at that place and also at this place, can provide some very close and memorable finishes. Without further ado, the crowd's all on their feet as RC Gamer and Nathan Stapleton lead the field of green here at Talladega. And already Owen Miles way up on the outside is going to split it 3 wide between the 2 Chevys into turn number 1. Random J already hooking up behind his teammate Keisha Richardson. And going into turn number 2, looks like Jason Albert's going to move down to the inside to help out RC Gamer. Keisha Ernst is going to move up to the middle to help out the 97 as Miles has almost no help in that 37 until Cass Stevens picks him up down the back straightaway. And down this Alabama getting super stretched. RC is going to move up to the outside to block the 97 until Jason Albert fell from Random J is going to get a great run on the inside into turn number 3 as they're side by side for the lead. And that's typical with these super speedway races. Expect to see side by side throughout this entire day. And seemingly no matter where you start, you're going to be up towards the front at least once today. Off a turn 4 due to trial, Albert shows the advantage over RC Gamer as he will come to lead lap number 1 of 42 here today at Talladega. And despite this being one of the longest GSS races of the year, the RC drivers going 3 wide, some races 4 wide. You saw early with Burnett trying to find a good drafting partner or trying to get some bonus points, especially those drivers towards the back half of the points going into this race, as those bonus points for leading laps could be very valuable down the line. Down the back straightaway, Albert now up to the outside to block the 1 car. As here comes Gamey Creek in the middle with help from Random J alongside Hoodwum with help from Joe T. As into turn number 3, we're once again 3 wide for the lead. Of course, Hoodwum won this race just last year, trying to get his 4th career GSS win as well as his 4th career Crown Jewel win. As he came to this race 22 points behind Bradley Reim, the current points leader. Off of turn 4, Hoodwum up to the outside to block the 28 Gamey Creek. As here comes a good run from Joe T on the inside until Hoodwum quickly blocks that. The defending Summer Series champion will come to lead lap number 2 here at Talladega, as this will actually be his 3rd lap leg throughout this entire season. Into turn 1, Hoodwum trying to block the inside again, but Joe T's there on the inside as he's side by side for the lead. With Joe T having help from the 31 of Roberto Crown, with Hoodwum stuck in the middle trying to get help from possibly the 99 from Nicarola until moving up to the outside. You saw forward briefly once again off of turn number 2 with Jason Albert and RC Gamer almost right up against the wall until they were able to tuck in on the outside. In the turn number 3, another great run from Joe T on the inside as we'll take the lead away from the 88 car, with Roberto Crown still right behind but peeking to the inside of the 8 car. 4 wide again, going into turn number 4. Gamey Creek and Random J went up against the wall. See what they're going to do here off of turn number 4 is they're still, as you see, drivers still 4 wide, coming towards the trial as Joe T comes to block the 33 of Xavier as he'll lead lap number 3 this time by. Joe T came this race 3rd in points, 15 points back from the points leader Reim. Definitely in prime position, especially right now, to take that points win away from the 6 car. You'll see the driver last in points, this pal out in the 7 on this main group of cars on the inside. Roberto Crown stuck in the middle, trying to get help from Caleb Rose. This Gamey Creek and Random J still for a wide off of turn number 2 there. Down the back straightaway, Joe T back up to the outside to block the 31. You saw Xavier's Stigma following Joe T there. But he knows the inside gets great runs into turn number 3. And was able to work out for the 33 as he's side by side for the lead of Joe T. As Gamey Creek and Random are still 4 wide on the outside, almost right against the wall. Off of 4, looks like they're going to join the rest of the outside lane. As Xavier moves up to the outside, here comes Kyle Salmon up to the middle, making it 3 wide. Who'll join us down the inside. It's going to be a drag race to see who's going to lead lap number 4 as Xavier barely, I think, got it. Here this monitor says, yep, Xavier barely let that time by, but it's not going to be for long. As into turn number 1, here comes the 23 of Andrew Lawrence making a 4 wide for the lead. He has help from the fellow Dodge, Dan Matteillo behind. He's going to move both the 33 and 8 up to the outside the track. Down the back straightaway, Williams going to move up to the outside. Matteillo up to the middle behind his teammate Caleb Rose. As this could possibly open the door for the 2 Chevys on the inside of Max Burdett and Nathan Baird until the 23 Crew becomes a block on the outside. Xavier and Joe T still hanging strong on the outside, making a 4 wide once again to return 3 and 4, with Jordan Down and Kyle Simon also up there as well. Coming shows the try for Williams to the outside, as Burnett is still on the inside as they're side by side for the lead. Coming to lap number 6, Baird looking to the inside the 13, with Burnett barely leading there. But don't look now into turn number 1. Here comes Baird on the inside of Burnett as he's going to force the 13 into the middle, with Williams having no help on the outside as he goes into turn number 2. Baird is helping the fellow Chevy and Nixon off for turn number 2 down the back as he looks to the inside 87, forcing him to the middle. Burnett now on the outside in front of 76 of Clifton, with Baird now in the middle in front of Bradley Reim, as Hernandez on the inside is going to give a huge shove to Nixon into turn number 3 until Hernandez looks to the inside the 20 car 4 wide for the lead. Baird and Nixon nearly touch going into turn number 3, and just a friendly reminder, we're only on lap number 6 on one of the longest Summer Series races of the year, and you already have drivers going 4 wide for the lead. Just kind of incredible sight to see, in my opinion. And as we come to complete lap number 6, it's the 46er Hernandez who's going to be out front. 3 wide behind the leader once again, so Kellen Baker gets forced up high by the 95 of Herman into turn number 1, but the 2020 champ still holds his ground over Herman, despite having almost no help behind him at all. Down the back shoulder, Herman, and now Wilson in the 48 car are going to move to the middle as Hernandez is on the outside blocking the 21 of Baker. As on the inside, there's another group of Chevys led by Forbes and Hoodlum until Hernandez and Herman quickly come to block into turn number 3. Hernandez was not fully clear Herman that time by, and now out in the 95 to be side by side with Hernandez, who turns 3 and 4. Of course, Richard Herman's first and only win in the Summer Series as of now came back in 2020 during our first ever race at Armory Digital. And with this being the final Summer Series season, you can definitely imagine that he'd like to pay a visit to Victory Lane at least one more time before it's all said and done, as Herman will lead lap number 8. Into turn 1, Hernandez still side by side with Herman as on board of Hoodlum, his fellow son and teammate. And even though Hoodlum definitely like to help his own father out, he has no other choice but to help Herman on the inside as he come off turn number 2 this time by. Hoodlum tried to block right Roberts on the inside briefly there before the 88 car moves up to the middle. Herman back up to the outside with Roberts having the inside all to himself as Hoodlum was thinking about coming down again as Herman comes back down to the inside into turn number 3. You can see he's still 4 deep behind the leader. Just absolutely insane to think how crazy this race is so far, even though we're not even 10 laps in. Meanwhile, off of turn 4, Ryan Roberts going to tuck in right behind Richard Herman. Here comes Owen Miles at 37, also on the inside for a good run. So Herman and Roberts quickly come to block as we come to lap number 9. Going into turn number 1, the top 3 all move down to the inside of block Lipsy in the 9 car. Take advantage of his momentum on the inside. As we've seen here all day, that inside gets fantastic runs in these corners, and it's definitely the place you want to be at this point in the race if you want to get up towards the front and also to avoid a wreck if it happens, as you have a better chance of minimizing any damage you could possibly get, especially if you're in the middle outside. Matthew Hill and now Lipsy moves up to the outside as the field's once again 3 wide behind his top 3. Off of turn 4 comes Jason Albert, a fall from Gaming Freak into 28. As Miles stays towards the middle, Herman moves back down to the inside to block the 80 and 28. As the 37 is now side by side with the 80 car coming to lap number 10. Of course, out of last race at Chicago Lane, Gaming Freak got his first ever Summer Series top 10. And is definitely looking to add another one as he was able to move inside the top 20 in points. Currently at 28 is sandwiched between 2 Jacoan cars, Owen Miles on the outside and his teammate David Johnson on the inside, with help from Brady Carruthers in the 18, who's also looking for a good point stay here today. But back to your top 2 of Albert and Herman. Herman's been a leader for quite some time now, and generally speaking, it's pretty impressive for Herman to be out front for this long, because usually at these type of tracks, we usually have a lot of comers and goers instead of just one car holding everyone at bay. And in addition of Herman trying to snap that long winless streak, he came this race 10th in points, losing 2 positions after a relatively mediocre 18th place finish at Chicago. So a little bit of 4 wide towards the tail end of the field, but most of this pack as of now has really calmed down, as instead of just 4 wide throughout, it's now at a pretty standard 3 wide. Down the back shoulder, Herman and Albert moving to the outside as the 80 car looks to the outside, the 95. Here comes Brady Carruthers with a great run on the inside, forcing Johnson to the middle. Roberto Crown trying to pick up Johnson in the middle as Random J, as well as Dan McMurrow in the 99. All going to join Brady Carruthers on the outside. Off of 4, Herman still leads, but I don't know if it can be for long, as you got 2 past Super Speedway winners trying to challenge him on the inside before the 95 comes to block again on the inside as you come to lap number 12. Carruthers now behind the 95 into turn number 1 as both of them go back down to the inside trying to block Random J as the field continues to get closer together once again. Down the back straightaway as the top 3 move back up to the outside. You can see even towards the tail end of this group, everyone is to the right as well as Carruthers and Random ditch Herman to the outside. They're going to go 3 wide on him into turn number 3. Herman has been out front for these past several laps, but that might change for now with Random J on the inside and Carruthers having no help in the middle. Off of 4, it's going to be Random J to the lead as he blocks Brandon Carruthers on the outside. But here comes McMurrow and RC Gamer on the middle and inside respectively until Random comes to block them, coming to lap number 13. Random tried to block RC again that time by, but into turn number 1, here comes the 1 car side by side with the 53. And even though Random has help from McMurrow in the middle, it's being no match for the inside lane as both RC and Salmon get a great run into turn number 2 and now down the back straight away. Down the back shoulder, RC up to the outside to block Random again as Salmon remains on the inside As Roberto Crown moves back down the middle, here comes the 33 of Xavier, peeking his nose on the inside into turn number 3 as he gets out from the 13 of Burnett. It's going to be 4 wide once again behind the leaders into turn number 3 as Salmon and RC are side by side for the lead. Off for turn 4, it's going to be Salmon with the lead as he moves to the middle for some reason and out to the outside to block RC, but he's going to be left out to dry as it comes Xavier side by side to 38. It's going to be 3 wide coming towards the line, coming to lap number 14. I think Xavier barely led that time by to 33. So the ticker says this time by, yep, Xavier barely led as there was smart remained on the inside lane into turn number 1. With Burnett back into the picture, making a 4 wide behind the 33. Down the back shoulder, Xavier, and up to the outside to block the 13. As here's Ross McRolla, Jordan Stout alongside Andrew Williams trying to put a run on the inside into turn number 3. We'll see if they'll pay off here. Oh, check that move. We're on to be 3 wide for third behind the top 2. With Burnett tucking in behind the 33 and RC Gamer all by himself in the 1 going into turn number 4. Here's McRolla peeking his nose to the inside as he'll be side by side with his teammate coming towards the triangle. Xavier will still reign supreme on the inside as they come to lap number 15 this time by. On board Burnett into turn number 1 as he's in the middle. Or here comes McRolla on the inside to go behind the 33. Down the back shoulder, Burnett now side by side with the 23 Williams as the top 2 in front of him. As Williams moves to the middle in front of Jordan Stout, with Joe T and Nixon having the inside all to themselves until Xavier comes blocking to turn number 3. Then Matteillo now goes 4 wide into 17 into turn number 3 as he looks to get picked up by RC Gamer as that group continues to lose ground on the outside. Off for turn 4, Xavier still leads with now Joe T behind him in tow as he continues down the tri-oval. Xavier and Joe T come down to the inside to block the 20 and Nick Stant until going back to the middle to block Jordan Stout as they come to lap number 16. Into turn 1, Xavier moves back down to the inside while Joe T stays on the outside until moving to the middle as he has almost absolutely no help as he looks to get help from the Felt Pontiac and Stout. Down the back shoulder, Xavier now Nick Stant behind him as the 20 looks to the outside the 33. Here comes Calvin Baker into 21 with now Nathan Baird looking to the inside of the 21 into turn number 3 with Xavier once again blocking the inside. And just like a little bit earlier with Joe T, Baker's down the middle of the 21 with almost no help until moves up to the outside in front of the 20 as Xavier once again moves up to the outside. Here comes Baird for a great run on the trial as he'll be side by side for the lead. Coming to complete lap number 16 here at Talladega is going to be Nathan Baird, who's going to lead this time by, as Xavier continues to be stuck on the outside into turn number 1. Nathan Baird's another driver who came this race relatively deep in the point standings back in 26th after a string of bad races in both Iowa and Chicagoland, as he also looks to end a long winning streak, as his last Summer Series win came from the season finale back in 2020 at his home track at IRP. Unfortunately for Baird, down the back shoulder and into turn number 3, it's going to be yet again 3 wide for the lead as Powwow nearly makes contact with Bill as Lipsy's going to peek his nose to the inside, making it 4 wide. Looks like the aggressive move for Lipsy will pay off as going into 4s. Now Miles peeks his nose to the inside the 9 as he'll force him to the middle as now to be through red once again coming towards the tri-oval. As you come to complete lap number 17 of 42 here at Talladega, it's time for another edition of Golf Super Series Crank It Up. number 22 or 42 here at Talladega. We're just past halfway here in the GEICO 500. Jason Albert with the lead, with Keith Sharonson right behind in second. As you can see, the pack is once again 4 deep behind the leader. Varsity Gamer, the leader on that outside lane, on the very outside lane. Down the back straight, Albert moves up to the outside, so Richardson moves back down to the inside to block Matteillo. With Richard Herman behind the 17 as he go into turn number 3. With Keyshawn getting a great run as we're on board to 31, Roberto Crown. As it looks like Crown will join Herman on that inside lane, which will subsequently help out Matteillo and Richardson. Coming towards the driver, Richardson moves up to the outside, and now open the door for Matteillo as he's side by side with the 24. Coming to lap number 23. Unless he has the advantage here, looks like it's going to be barely could call that one there. I think Richardson barely got the 17 there. Into turn 1, the 24 and 17 are still side by side. Both Matteillo's Hope from Crown into turn number 2, who have the advantage over the HWL champion and crew to 24 down the back straightaway. The 17 will move up to block the 24 on the outside, while Crown moves to the middle to block Hernandez, as here comes Joe T once again on the inside, making it 3 wide into turn number 3. Goes around, goes this power, he goes airborne into 7. Dan McRolla, Kellen Baker, and Nathan Stapleton involved as we're under caution for the first time today. You can see the damage to the 99, the 97, the 21, and this powwow. Man, that dude just cannot catch a break, as this is looking like this will be his 4th Summer Series DNF. You know, back to the stripe, looks like it's going to be Joe T in the 8 car, who's going to be a leader this time by. You also saw Random J also drive away from the incident scene, as he could possibly have damage in that 53. But for now, we're going to take a look at the instant replay to see what caused our first caution of the day here at Talladega. So this was going into turn number 3. Watch the 7 in this powwow as he was 4 wide with Owen Miles, Dan McMurrow, and Kellen Baker. So powwow moves up on the 99, subsequently collects a 21, putting him into the wall, with Random making contact with Stapleton around that same time, sending him around. Taking this in slow motion from another angle, like I said, powwow just moved up on Dan McMurrow, sending Kellen Baker into the wall, nowhere to go for that 21. Subsequently also collecting Stapleton before Random made contact with him in the 53. I don't think Random has too much damage there. But of course, that's unfortunate for a lot of these guys. Of course, Baker came this race inside the top 10 in points in 8th. Well, of course, this powwow came this race dead last in the points standings, 109 points back from the leader as we're on border from here. As, yep, goes up and, oh my god, definitely a wild ride with this powwow. Yeah, just a definitely unfortunate break for the 7 as we're on board with Stapleton now. So Stapleton hit Baker there, then Random just turned him into 53, sending him into the grass. Definitely a good job there of not hitting the wall, didn't get too much damage in the 97. On board a photo of him as this happened right in front of him. Oh my god, he was probably inches away from powwow there. Great miss there for the defending series champion. And after the wreck happened, Lipsy on that very outside lane smacks the wall, subsequently showing that an entire outside lane, which explains why there was several car links back for the main group. Meanwhile, back to our leaders of Joe T and Andrew Williams. So Williams and Matteillo come on pit road, while Joe T is going to stay out in the 8 car. Looks like some of the other drivers are staying out. Matthew Hill, Wright Roberts, Ryan Willis. Actually, a lot of drivers looks like they're going to stay out here. Definitely a very interesting choice for these drivers to stay out. As if you remember what happened last year at Talladega, everybody on the final lap, everybody in the main pack ran out of gas, which ended up being the main reason why Hoodlum was able to beat Dominic Payment to the line. You see, cutting back to pit road, here, you see Matteillo's in Gaming Creek's down for his pit stop here, alongside Dan McRow, who was involved in the wreck. So Random J is done, Brad, Reim, Keith Sharonson. As we cut to this 3-wide race off of pit road, I think Williams barely got Herman that time by. Where Fernandez 3rd, Brendan Beal 4th, and Jordan Stout running off the top 5 off pit road. And of course, with half the running order cell staying out, Joe T remained the leader, with Matthew Hill and Xavier running off the rest of the top 3 as we're under caution here at Talladega for the first time today. Welcome back to the Golf Summer Series at Talladega for the GEICO 500. We're about to back green after the 7, and this Powell went airborne into turn number 3, collecting the 99 of Dan McMurrow, 2020 Summer Series champion of Kellen Baker, and the 97 of Nathan Stapleton. Currently top 2, Joe T looks like he's going to come down pit road. Joe T was going to be the leader coming back to the green, but with him coming down pit road, that lead's going to go over to Nick Sant in the 20, followed by the 31 of Roberto Crown and the 22 of Trey Smith, as looks like Joe T is going to come down to his pit stop getting tires changed. And just a reminder that Joe T is one of many drivers who stayed out under this caution, and also when under caution comes out immediately. This could be a huge blow to Joe T here today, as well as in the points, as he came in this race third in the point standings, as we're back on the green here at Talladega. And a great restart for Roberto Crown on the outside, as into turn number 1, he'll come to block the 20 on the inside. Already 3 wide of Alex Castella's way up high in the racetrack, as the 12 is going to probably lose a lot of spots here. I'm going to take a look at Joe T here on the bottom right hand of your screen, where he's coming out of pit road, as he'll probably avoid going a lap down for now, which of course means this pack will have to deal from later on, which of course can cause nothing but trouble for these leaders, as we've seen in past super speedway races. Meanwhile, into turn number 3, we'll once again 3 wide for third behind the top 2, with Owen Miles back on the inside, with Nathan Barrett in the middle, of both of the fellow Chevys of Forbes and Hoodlum. As off of 4 comes Nick Sant, looking to the inside the 31. The 2 Chevys are going to be side by side through the tri-oval, and coming to complete lap number 28, who's going to be the leader this time by, looks like Crown barely had the advantage over the 20. Nick Sant still stays committed to the inside, as we're once again 3 wide behind into turn number 1, with Nick Sant having the advantage over the 31, off for turn number 2, and down the Alabama getting super stretch. Nick Sant was thinking about going to the outside to block the 31, but looks like he's going to move down to the middle to block the 54 of Robertson. But watch out for the inside with Caleb Rose moving in front of Cal Salmon, as they're going to possibly go to ground into turn number 3. We'll see what's going to happen here as Nick Sant is moving to block on the inside. Here comes Rose side by side of the 20. 4 wide once again towards the tail end of this main group, as the other cars scattered around, trying to go around the solo cars of Baker and Stapleton. Off of turn 4 is going to be Caleb Rose, who has the lead in 19, as he comes to block Nick Sant on the outside. But here comes Salmon on the inside, leaving him out to dry, as it looks like Rose will have friendly fires from the fellow Dodge of Andrew Williams, as he's going to help Salmon on the inside and come to lap number 30. Into turn number 1, looks like Salmon's going to move to the middle, where he's all by himself, with Williams down the inside, with help from the 95 of Richard Herman. That 95 was one of the strongest cars of the first half of this race. Will translate here in the second half of the race, as they come off turn number 2. Down the back straight, looks like Williams is going to move to the outside to block Salmon, as this could be a golden opportunity for Herman to take back the lead, as he has help from Johnny Hernandez and Alex Castevens going into turn number 3, as that 95 is going to be side by side with the 23 going into turn number 4, with Herman had the advantage in the 95. Off of 4, Herman's going to briefly move to the middle, before immediately moving back down to the inside, blocking Hernandez as he was looking to the inside of the 95 there. Coming to lap number 31, Richard Herman back to the lead in the 95, as he's with the most laps here so far here today. Castevens the lead car in the middle, before Williams comes down in front of the 12, making Salmon now the lead car on the outside, as the field is once again back 3 deep behind the leader. Down the back straightaway once again, both Herman and Hernandez are going to move up to the outside, with Hernandez once again peeking on the 95, this time to his outside. But here comes Albert and Keisha and Richardson with great runs into turn number 3, as they're going to be side by side with the 46 and 23. Into turn 3, Herman's going to move back down to the inside to block the 1824's momentum as they go into turn number 4 once again. Off of 4, Herman back to the outside in front of the 46. Won't have enough time for Albert to make a move on the 95. Yes, it will, as they're side by side through the tri-oval. Coming to lap number 32, it's going to be Herman versus Albert for the lead, with Gaming Creek also trying to throw his hand into the ring in the 28 before Albert comes to block into turn number 1. As Jason Albert, last time by, was the leader. Herman's now going to be forced to the middle in front of 2 Atlanta cars of Keith Shernson and Random J. And despite not being teammates, Albert and Gaming Creek have worked very well together throughout this entire race. But I'm not going to last for long, as Albert and Gaming Freak move to the outside and middle respectively. But on the inside, here goes Ross McBrough for a great run into turn number 3, as Gaming Freak tried to block the 10, but there's not enough room to do that, as we're once again 3 wide for the lead. Off of 4, once again, 3 wide for the lead as Albert loses ground on the outside. Gaming Freak still remaining strong in the middle. Coming towards the Trifles now. RC Gamer makes it 4 wide behind the leaders as we come to 10 laps to go here at Talladega. McBrola barely had the advantage that time by, but the 2 Chevys are still neck and neck into turn number 1 as the field is 4 wide once again. The upper outside lane led by Albert almost right up against the wall as we're on board the 80 car here off of turn number 2. As now has at least some distance away from the wall as he catches up to the 24 Richardson. Into turn number 3, Gaming Freak and McRolla still side by side for the lead as RC Gamer fall from Keisha Richardson. All going to try starting a 3rd lane on the outside as they come off turn number 4. Coming towards the travel, it's like McRolla's finally going to clear the 28 as Gaming Freak is going to be stuck on the outside coming to 9 laps to go. Here comes his teammate in corner, Brady Cruthers, the challenge for the lead, as those two are going to be side by side into turn number 1, with Brado having help from Bradley Reim. The 6 car has had a rather quiet day thus far, but probably couldn't arrive at a better time. I just now right up front, right in contention to win. As we're tucked into the middle behind Cruthers and right in front of his teammate Lipsy as he continue into turn number 3. As Cruthers comes to block the inside as we're 4 wide once again for second. But as I said, Cruthers now is going to move it to the outside to block the 76, opening the door for Jordan down the inside as we'll be side by side with the 18 coming towards the Tri-Oval. As the past 2 Open Tonight winners are side by side for the lead, we come to 8 laps to go here at Talladega, with Stout now moving to the middle, opening the door for Dan Matteillo as we're once again 3 wide for the lead. The returns 1 and 2. Looks like Clifton's going to leave Brado out to dry on the outside, with Bradley Reim also having no help in the 6. Meanwhile, cutting to our lap car, Joe T, as he's going into turns 3 and 4 as the field's coming off of turn 2. Whereas the 97 of Stapleton is already a lap down from a long caution thus far. Could possibly go 2 laps down if this race remains green. Meanwhile, Callan Baker and Dan McBrola have completely lost the draft in the 21 of 99, as they're also involved in a long caution thus far, as those 2 alongside Joe T are the last cars on the lead lap. Meanwhile, cutting back up front is going to be Aiden Robertson, who's going to be lap number 35, 7 laps to go this time by here at Talladega, as the pack is once again 4 deep behind the leader. Owen Miles trying to start stunning in the inside middle, trying to get help from the 76 of Clifton, as Nathan Barrett's all by himself in 87 as they come off turn number 2. Down the back straight, Robertson alongside Miles are going to move to the outside, as Xavier moves to the inside in front of Nixon and Trey Smith. Well, this is going to 33, another good run into turn number 3 is now Nixon is going to force Xavier to the middle, make it 3 wide for the lead. And subsequently, because of that, the 33 is going to be all by himself in the middle as he hopes to get help from the 76 of Clifton as they go into turn number 4. And so far, Nick Sand's power move into turn number 3 is working, as off of turn number 4, he'll come to block the 33 once again before blocking the 22 on the inside, coming towards the Tri-Oval, and coming to 6 laps to go here at Talladega. Nick Sand came to this race a rather mediocre 14th place in the point standings, as he looks to get back into the top 10 in the point standings, as at one point he was as high as 2nd in the standings, tied with the points leader. Down the back straight, Trey Smith is now going to move to the inside in front of fellow Dodge Caleb Rose as he has help from the 46er Hernandez. So Hernandez is going to force the 19 to the middle as we're once again side by side for the lead, as the rest of the pack is once again 3 by 3 behind. Off of 4, Nixon and Smith still side by side for the lead. It costs to be 3 wide here of Richard Herman until Smith quickly comes to block the 95 as it comes to 5 laps to go here at Talladega. Gaming freaking right. Roberts made contact with Roberts going well below the apron. Looks like he's going to come back onto the track into turn number 1 in front of Mick Marola, Bradford, Reim, and Hudwall. Oh my goodness. I don't know what Roberts was thinking there. And subsequently, because of that really stupid move, he's going to knock out 2 favorites, not only himself, but also 2 favorites of points leader Bradley Reim and defending series champion and race winner Hudwall. As once again, into turn number 3, we're 3 wide for the lead, with this time Matthew Burnett on the inside. As we have the advantage over Jason Albert and Richard Herman coming off turn number 4. As the 13 moves to the middle, here comes Keyshawn Richardson on the inside for a great run going into the tri-oval. As coming to the line this time by, Matt Brunette will have the lead with 4 laps to go. Now, if this race happened last year or the year before, the race would be over. But now, with our new procedure to finish these races, we will be set to have our first ever Golf Summer Series green-white checkered finish. But before we do so, we're going to take a look at the instant replay to see what caused this really boneheaded move made by the 42 of Roberts. So I just started going into the tri-oval and coming to start-finish line where Roberts was 5 wide. Sound familiar? So Random's going to squeeze Gaming Freak into Roberts, hitting both of them below the track, with both of them able to save him, but Roberts takes a hard left turn below the apron, but then gets back onto the track, and then into Riparola, Brad, Reim, and Hoodlum, with none of those drivers having anywhere to go. Tons of damage to the 6 of Reim. Take one, this is slow motion, you can see Random definitely squeezed Gaming Freak into Roberts, and even though both of them had it saved at this point, Roberts, for whatever reason, takes a hard left turn below the apron, but then decides to get back onto the track, right into the 10 of McMurrow, and right into the front of Brad Reim, who gets into Hoodlum. Hard hit for the 6. Again, just tons of damage for your points leader. Definitely an avoidable situation there. Let's go on board to Brad Reim. He sees the 42, but just nothing he can really do about it. Just, man, oh man. On board of Hoodlum now. Again, like I said, sees the 42. But he has, even with the leeway Hoodlum has, not really much he could have done there, especially when Brad, who got to the inside of him. On board the back bumper of Alex Cass-Stevens, who barely avoided getting involved in this. Wow, what a great miss for the 12 of Cass-Stevens. Anyways, we're under caution again here at Talladega, as we'll be right back for our first ever green-white checkered here in the Summer Series. Welcome back to the Golf Summer Series here at Talladega. We're about to come back green after the 42 of Riot Roberts on the apron into turn number 1 came back onto the track right in front of 2 favorites of Bradbury, Reim, and Hoodlum, causing all 3 of those cars to be done for today. And because of that caution coming out within 5 laps to go, this means we're going to have our first ever Golf Summer Series green-white checkered finish. If you don't know how it works, of course, caution coming out 5 laps to go, the race will be extended, and then once the leader takes the white flag, the next flag will end the race. Meanwhile, currently your top 3 is the 13 of Matthew Burnett trying to get his 3rd career GSS win. Keyshawn Richardson, HWR champion, is trying to get his 1st GSS win since 2020, while Gaming Freak in 3rd and Jason Albert in 4th are trying to get their first ever Summer Series wins. So regardless of who's going to win, they're going to make the headlines for sure, as here we go. Green-white checkered, attempt number 1 here at Talladega. A great restart for Keyshawn Richardson on the outside, but going into turn number 1 will be clear back for Burnett on the inside. As Burnett gets a good run here, he could potentially be side by side to 24. Off for turn number 2, looks like he will. The 13 and 24 side by side for the lead. Andrew Williams peeking his nose to the inside of both the 13 and 28, alongside Caleb Rose in 19, as the rest of the pack continues to shuffle. Into turn number 3, Burnett and Richardson still side by side, with Albert still loyal to the 24, or Gaming Freak is still loyal to the 13. And we're going to find out off of turn number 4 this time by if they're going to remain loyal to the 13 and 24. If Burnett having the side advantage this time by, as here comes Caleb Rose on the inside of up from Jordan Forbes until Burnett comes to block down the tri-oval. This time by, white flag in the air, 1 lap to go here at Talladega. Next flag ends the race. Into turn 1, here comes Jordan down in the middle, making 4 wide behind the 13, as Caleb Rose is all over the back of Burnett. Matthew Hill, Xavier, Ryan, Wilson, among others, will also be in an inside lane as they come off turn number 2 down the back for the final time. As that continues to happen, Rose is going to move to the outside to block the 28, where Burnett's going to move to the middle to block Jordan Stout. What will happen here into turn number 3 as Rose is going to be side by side with Hill, as Burnett's going to clear both of them into turn number 4 for the final time. Off for turn 4 for the final time. This is one last chance for anyone taking around that 13, as Hill gets a great run on the inside before Burnett quickly comes to block. Coming through the tri-oval and to the checkered flag, it's going to be Matthew Burnett who wins at Talladega. Congratulations to Matthew Burnett and Spotted Biffa Racing, 30 winners today here at Talladega. This will of course be Matthew Burnett's 3rd Summer Series win after getting the first 2 at IRP and Marshville last summer. But anyways, let's take a look at the finish results and point standings after today's race. So here you go. Matthew Burnett finishes first in the 13. And of course, besides winning here today, he also got maximum bonus points today as he won the most laps today of 7 laps. Meanwhile, Matthew Hill finishes second, getting a second straight top 2 finish. And even though he didn't win his first crown jewel, go 2 for 2 here in the Summer Series, still a very, very great follow-up after his first win last week. Ryan Wilson finishes third, a much-needed run for the 48 team, while Caleb Rose in the 19, the highest railfan driver, will finish fourth. Meanwhile, a very strong run for Xavier after winning 4 laps today, will finish fifth, where Aiden Robertson behind him will finish sixth. Another much-needed run for Jordan Stout as he finished seventh in the 11 car. Andrew Owens finishes eighth in the 23. Lipsy gets another top 10 finish, finishing ninth. Road Gaming Creek gets another top 10 finish, finishing 10th once again. And now for the point standings after race number 7, and oh boy, things got a little bit interesting. Lipsy, 92 points leader with 214 points, with Matt Fuel trailing only behind by 2. Honestly, I don't think anyone had these two in the top 2 in points at this point in the season, but hey, kudos to both of those teams for having fantastic runs these past 2 races. Meanwhile, Brad Reim falls to third in points, only behind by 4 to his teammates, so didn't lose too much ground despite having a bad run at Chicagoland and obviously wrecking out here today. Meanwhile, Jordan Forrest drops to 4th in points, still behind by 6. Earl Caleb Rose moves up to the top 10 in points for the first time this year, behind by 7. Jordan Stout moves another 3 positions in points, up to 6, behind by 9. While Joe T drops to 7th in points, behind by 12. While Joe T drops to 7th in points, behind by 12 after coming this race second. So, that him coming down the pit road just before a restart really killed the 8 car as he almost went to lap down. Richard Herman moves up to 8th in the 95, run by 18 after a strong run today. As much like last week, we're going to round off the rest of the top 10 with a 3-way tie for 9th between Andrew Williams, Matthew Burnett, and Dan Matteillo. And interesting to know, if you look at the stats between Williams and Burnett, they're almost identical. Same number of wins, same number of top 5s, same number of top 10s, but the 23 only has the advantage due to the number of laps led. And of course, obviously, compared to 23 and 13, both of them have wins compared to Matteillo having no wins so far this year. So next up, race number 8, we head to a fan favorite HWL track for our second new track and road course of the season at the Papyrus Motorsports Park for the General Electric Grand Prix. They'll be on our channel hopefully on June 27th at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, barring any delays. But as always, y'all, thank you guys for watching this race. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time.